Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapper Chronicles. Today we're back at you with another Ratchet video. This one is pretty much, I think, this is the oldest Ratchet or Ratchet wrench style tool that I have. This is from a company called the Bay State, and the Bay State was a company from Massachusetts. Started around the turn of the century. But before we jump into it, if you could do me a favor and give a like to this video and also subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, kind of interesting tool from the early 1900s. Still works, still ratcheting. On the face has kind of these giant letters, the Bay State, like forged into the tool handle, and on the opposite or other side there's patent January 15th 1901 in giant letters also. This ratchet, it measures about 6 inches from top to bottom. Kind of small by today's standards, but we're talking about over 100 years ago. The standards were kind of different back then. Okay, the Bay State, they had an association with Walden, from the guy who then later on went on to create Walden tools. And in the 20s, the early 20s, they were bought up by Allen Company or Corporation, the same Allen Company that we know as, who made the Allen wrenches, that those hex wrenches that are so popular today that many people still call Allen wrenches. So they were kind of bought up and I guess disappeared into the Allen wrench company. Okay, this is a 5/8 opening. This is only one direction. This ratchet only goes in one direction. There is no switch or anything, to switch directions. It's like any of those old early ratchets. It's just goes in one direction. And this patent, the number for this patent is 666202. If you want to look it up and see what kind of makes this ratchet tick, I looked at the patent. I couldn't make out too well what really going on underneath here. This is pressed. Unfortunately, it cannot be taken apart. So it probably can be taken apart, but I don't want to destroy it. So, and I feel like if I was to try to pry this out, it's gonna probably destroy the ratchet. So I just leave it at that. Don't know if you can see anything. No. On my own, I can see like there's some kind of a pawl underneath, on this side over here underneath. It's kind of a flat bar. I can't make out not much else about it. Maybe you can see a little bit there. And it kind of goes across the whole ratchet. On this side, I also see the flat bar, like just peeking out underneath there. You can't see it here, but. And another interesting thing about this ratchet is that it's 40 teeth, and 40 teeth was pretty fine for its age. You can hear it ratcheting. Yeah, it's 40 teeth, and that was pretty fine tooth ratchet for back in the 1910s or 1900s. So, and it has a hole on the top here. Let's see. Let me get another light, maybe. No. Let me me try to adjust this light and see if you can get a peek in there. You can see the teeth. Do you see it ratcheting? Yeah, those are the teeth. They look pretty small, like not small, but they look pretty small. And they kind of look like, they kind of wedged like that. Like a flat area here, and then an angle on the side like that. So it's kind of, I guess the pawl is resting on the flat side of the teeth here, and ratcheting on the slanted side. So yeah, so they did have the forethought to drill a hole there, so people can get some oil or lubricant into this ratchet to make it work. And it's still working, still ratcheting. I didn't use it or put any pressure on it, but it still seems excuse me, still seems pretty solid. This is from the era of the pressed sockets, not the forged sockets that we use today. So they're kind of like that pressed sheet steel sockets that they used back in that era. And another thing, interesting fact about the Bay Company, the Bay State, is that they had kits of ratchets with a socket set and stuff. I think they called it a car kit or something like that. And an interesting fact is that probably around 1910 or thereabout, they were the first ratchet set that Sears Roebuck had in their catalog. So before Craftsman and all that, before those tools, this was the first ratchet set that was available at Sears, like around soon after the turn of the century. So kind of a neat little ratchet here. Like I said, you wouldn't, if you find one of these, you know, it's strictly a collector's piece. You're not gonna put this to work in any way if it's still ratcheting. I think it would be a waste if you would to try to put this to work. It's kind of a cool collector's piece. Has some interesting features. This is kind of the progression you can see from what things started out as just these simple small ratchets that were kind of pressed together, and the sockets were also pressed together, and that was what started the whole tool ratchet socket revolution. Then after that, you know, everything went to forged and broached style ratchet sockets. And I think that they were also later on, before Allen took them over, they were starting to get into the broached sockets early on also. But then things kind of, you know, as mergers and acquisitions always, even over 100 years ago, always kind of come in and kind of, you know, derail everything. All right, guys, that's all I got for right now. Until next time.